Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Europa Universalis 3 leg of my Paradox Mega Campaign. Now featuring a United Rome. You'll notice that the date is slightly off. This is because the Unity of Rome event may or may not have accidentally corrupted my save. Slight technical difficulties. Basically clicking on provinces causes the game to crash. So I checked it out when with the latest autosave and manually did all the effects of the event in the save file. So we're back slightly. It's nothing terrible. But nevertheless, you know, oh, hello OJD Tunes. Hello everybody. And yes, I am in fact live streaming this right now. And if you're missing out on this by watching on YouTube later, suck it. Seriously, we're having a ball here in the chat. Yeah. So, alright. Well, let's just get started then. Oh, an embargo. We don't need the spotty French anyway. Alright, well, it's time for a counterattack. Decline. Alright, so we're gonna strike into Peskov. For the sake of it, I should probably just call these guys in. These guys haven't gotten any action at all in this whole war. Or in anything, since they were formed. I'm sad I forgot to script events for these guys. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just creating this giant picture of all my vassals and all this stuff. Like, there's even some events that's going to happen in South America and stuff. But I managed to completely leave out Teresa here. Teresa and Cyber. They are both left without, as it were. Nothing to properly call their own in terms of events. Anyway, Rome's armies and legions are quickly moving and mobilizing. But another problem they kind of have is they have no land technology. They're land tech 28. That's 30 behind Europe, and 40 or so behind me. I managed to remain 10 technologies ahead of Europe at all times. Sounds like a friggin' restraining order there. Where is Anno 2070? Good question. Ask Ubisoft. And basically Ubisoft shut me down on that one. By which I mean, anytime I tried to put up more Anno 2070 videos, they just got claimed by Ubisoft and taken down. Basically, yeah, that's why. Ubisoft, Britannia, no. They think they've won this war. Yet now is the time... Now is the winter of their discontent, is that the line? I believe it might be. Now is the winter of their discontent. I believe that's the line. Yes. Although I haven't tried Anno 2070 again since I became a partner, so... I might be able to do something about that, we'll see. I'll have to re-download it because a month ago my hard drive crashed, and ever since then... I kind of lost a lot there. And wholesale slotted the Europeans some more. Silly Europeans. Thinking they can beat my much superior armies. Seriously, even Teresa seems to somehow be able to kick Chernigov's ass. What the hell? Is Europe just incompetent or something? Like, 30 levels short, that's unexcusable. They should not be losing that. And wholesale slaughter. Do I want to follow them and chase them? Or do I... Yeah, you know what? I'll chase them just to make sure. Rome has to get its stuff together. Rome just inherited, of course, a pile of territory, meaning that it's got a lot of troops it's going to have to build. When are you arriving? Alright. Never mind that. Full assault. Alright, so a push into Peskov will allow us to push up through Sweden. So I'm trying to forcefully open a front here with Sweden mostly. I'm going to be trying to help Rome out here. Always raise taxes. Those are the 2 legions that I've, you know, garnered for an offensive. I'm trying to think if I can get a 3rd legion, maybe. That would leave me a little spread thin in this region, but... yeah, right. We'll take him and move him up here. We will move you down over to here. Down to Alexandria. I should keep troops in Alexandria at all times, because I do suffer from the rules of the Revolutionary War, which of course means if I lose my capital, then I lose the war. For those of you unfamiliar with EU3 Revolutionary's mechanics. 10k artillery or 1k infantry? No, the artillery will automatically lose, because it has like a defensive score of like 0.01 or something. Like 1 infantry attack would kill a bajillion artillery. I have seen that happen. You need at least 1,000 men. A better analogy would be, you know, like, I don't know, 10,000 or 1,000 infantry versus 10,000 or versus 11,000 infantry. If the 1,000 infantry had 10 artillery, I guess that would be an equal fight. Then the artillery probably might win, but there has to be something protecting the artillery. So both have a game rule. Yeah, it's complicated. Next time I'm in a battle, I will go over the battle system a little, because I have a fairly good understanding of how it works, so... But it would help, and I'd be in more battles if they weren't constantly running from my armies all the time. Goddamn cowards. Come on, fight me. Fight me. Looks like they're gonna actually fight me. Okay, so let's go over some of the combat mechanics in a nice big battle here, where I'm gonna completely demolish them. Alright, so... the obvious pieces that pretty much everyone understands already is the whole numbers system. And the total counts of your troops. Now, in the middle here is where you see this. There are 2 lines here. Effectively, you want the entire back line to be filled with artillery. You want the 4 on each side here to be filled with cavalry, and the middle to be entirely filled with infantry. Theoretically, that's at least my perfect composition. The reason for this is cavalry are only useful when flanking. This of course means that if the cavalry are only flanking, then well, cavalry get huge bonuses when flanking, so you only have them on the flanks. You'll notice how they're always on the flanks. But the thing is, like, these guys I don't even think are considered flanking, and neither of these guys. It's only the 4 on each side. That's why I never have more than 8,000 cavalry. The artillery is immune to damage when in the second row. All units in the second row are immune to damage, for that matter. But they can attack. Artillery has a special ability to attack from the second row. No other unit can attack from the second row. So, artillery will be able to attack alongside the infantry and the cavalry on their front row. Whereas, and the cavalry is only used for one flanking, really, so. That's pretty much how it works. That's a little simplifying of it. But that's kind of how this system works here. So let's go ahead a day. 3 days. You'll notice that these guys are graying out as they've run out of morale and are now in retreat. And there's holes in their lines now. You'll also notice that because of this, you'll see them retreating through the second line. Let's go ahead another day. And again, their front line continues to break a little. And you can see they're starting to be reinforced as the people from the back line will come in. Boom. And right there was their line breaking. And now my artillery is actually in the front line. This is bad. Oh dear. Alright, so the artillery is in the front line. Let's do this. I think that's because all my guys are currently in what's known as chasing, where they're just chasing their army down, but yeah. In the sequence where it put my artillery on the front line, it was because my entire army was now in their lines, chasing their dudes. Yeah, their army there was led by their king. I hope he died. Good. I hope he's dead. Yeah. He's not, but chase them down. No survivors. Make sure the king dies. So that's pretty much how the battle system in EU3 works. In probably the worst way ever I could have explained it, but I'll take it, I guess. And as we can see again here now, their lines are breaking, and you can see their artillery being forced onto the front lines. And if artillery take damage, they pretty much instantly disintegrate. They suck that way. And you'll see like large portions of their lines just start to break apart. And we're in the chase scene, so now my artillery's on the front line. That effectively means pretty close to no matter what happens right now, I've won the battle. Unless they can take out the morale of all my troops, which is pretty tricky to do. It may seem like my morale is low, but that's actually pretty fine. If we were to go through and look at the individual morale of a lot of things, it would be okay. Because, you see, 0.64, they vary. In fact, actually, probably it's mostly my batteries that are in low morale. My cavalry are probably fine, and a decent number of the infantry probably are too. But being forced up into the front line tends to destroy your artillery's morale. So that's usually why at the end of the battle you lose like these giant chunks of morale. It's your artillery losing all its morale. It's kind of broken that way, but you know. Yeah, I know. So is a lot of them. Like I said, I will only negotiate with Britannia, and it will only be on terms that I choose. But yeah, we need to go and start cleaning up France's advance here. The Caliphate I'm not too worried about. Holy Roman Empire has elected Hungary. Sounds about right. Alright, so our army's pretty much reinforced and remoralized. In short, they don't stand a chance. Especially because they're attacking into me. I managed to get here first. Ooh, I think I killed their king. Oh no. They hack-sword him out. Sad face. I have done that before. It is very fun to do. But as we can just kind of see here, the tattered remains of the Swedes pretty much demolished. So as I said, now we need to go and ensure that France doesn't get anywhere here. Even if we just blockade this one province, we, you know, keep them contained to this region. Like I said, they're gonna feel the pressure of war all the same. They will feel the pressure of war all the same. And besides, eventually I'll have smashed and destroyed this region, so our armies so badly that I should probably be fine just leaving it. I want to go for the weaker fort up here. If I hit the weaker forts, it should be a little easier to just kind of smash everything. Weaken them enough to the point that even the technologically retarded people of Teresa can, you know, win the final battle, I guess I could say. Yeah, it looks okay. They're doing alright. Seriously, land tech 28 and they're somehow still fighting the Europeans with some moderate level of success. How? I don't know. I just blame the dumbass Europeans. Europeans are all stupid. As I watched the entire chat explode with hatred for me. Well, at least I guess that means they're doing their job of keeping them there. Good work, rebels. Yeah, the French army can't retreat. Not they ever would anyway. And as you can just kind of see how their line just breaks apart. Boom. So that's the first major holdout for us in there. Alright, I'm fairly confident I can leave that front alone now. Yeah, the quickest way there is to walk through all my enemies across Europe. As good of an idea as that is. Put it into the treasury, or yeah, just invest the money. Ship lost at sea. Whoops, did I forget about a ship somewhere? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I done goofed. Whoops. By the way, it turns out we explored the entire ocean sometime. At some point, I completely forgot about. Yeah, the Napoleonic squares defeating Napoleon. They don't have Napoleonic squares yet. We came up with the Napoleonic squares. The good thing about my empire, for whatever the hell reason, the vassals basically didn't upgrade any of the forts here, so I'm just going to be able to walk right back through and take everything. Yeah, and we've got a bunch of additional regiments set to arrive. Yeah, they still want me to cede stuff. What's the score? 1% in our favor. Due to a significantly large number of battles. And yeah, weird stuff like that. Most of the war score comes from blockading our ports anyway. Just insta-give their armies. Since that was actually the main French army, I believe, was the one right there. Naxosian nationalists. They could be a problem, because I don't know how well I'll be capable of stopping them due to British blockades. Speaking of which, I should probably just... You know what? You're hunting rebels now. Fixes me having to look after that. Boom. Toulouse, Carlo and Bourbonnais have both also been attacked by them. Interesting. But nevertheless, we, I think, are winning, yeah. Especially just I'm looking at the war exhaustions. Rome's suffering a little, but I've basically been, the way I've been maneuvering my troops is to take as minimum amount of war exhaustion as possible. This is also why I have an upgrade from 40,000 men. Because 40,000 men is still more than enough to stomp them because of my technological advantage. So yeah, the war score is going to slowly climb into our favor. And there we see the Britannian and Caliphate armies. Now they only have the artillery. So, and instantly dies. Just Bohemia who have chance against me attack. Let's see. Tyrol 58. 61. I guess they have a chance? I mean, I don't call that a chance. Yeah, I don't necessarily call that a chance. Yeah, they are still far from having a chance against me in technology. Go. We have a additional Italian army arriving. And the legions of the Roman Empire have been reformed. Tarisa appears to at least be freezing the front here. I don't know if they're going to win. But if nothing else, they're buying time for me to launch a full-scale assault into the heartland of the new Palmyrene Roman province of Gaul. You really have the cockiness to stand up to think you can win at 58 and 54. We shall see. And yeah, they don't even have that many artillery. They've got 6,600. They're cooked. Like, their infantry will just be shredded. Like, just look at the infantry counts die because all my artillery can fire on their infantry. So I have just that much increased attack power. I don't know if artillery can fire on artillery, though. That's something I haven't tested, I have to admit. Alright. Either way, just continue shredding through them. And, like I said, you would find that their front line pretty much disintegrates because of my flying batteries. So they're retreating to Badajoz, chase them down. Wow, that just went to 7%. And that's the end of that. Alright, so the British Legion is cooked. Gonzo and no more. The Andalusians' army appears to also be the same. So let's move in for an assault through there. It appears that other people are taking advantage of the factor of this war and have joined in. Not necessarily on my side, but close enough. Alright, Britannia retook Gibraltar, that's fine.